JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, dancehall artist Medic reported missing. 29-year-old dancehall artist Stephanie Williams, otherwise called Medic, of Mayfair, Radius Road in St. Andrew, has been missing since Thursday. The police say she's of brown complexion, slim build, and about 5 feet 7 inches tall. Reports from the Constant Spring Police state that Williams left home sometime on Thursday afternoon and has not been seen since. At the time, she was wearing a black blouse, black tights, and a pair of black shoes. The police say all attempts to contact her have failed. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Stephanie Williams is asked to contact the Constant Spring Police at 876-924-1421, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Brothers found shot to death in St. Catherine. 2 brothers were found shot to death at Bells Heights District in Gordon Penn, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Saturday morning. They have been identified as 32-year-old Devon McKenzie, otherwise called Chucky, and 23-year-old Rio Robinson, otherwise called Rio, both from the district. Information received is that around 3:30 a.m., family members heard loud explosions and went and made checks of their surroundings. During a search, the family members saw the brothers lying in separate beds inside a one-room dwelling with gunshot wounds to their bodies. St. Ann farmer charged for brother-in-law's murder. Gary Rose, a 51-year-old farmer of Coffee Ridge in Cave Valley, St. Ann, was on Friday charged with the murder of his brother-in-law. Errol Cameron, otherwise called Shaba and Madman, a 55-year-old of Coffee Ridge, was killed on August 18. It is reported that about 3 a.m., there was a stone-throwing incident involving Cameron and Rose. During the altercation, Rose reportedly used a digging fork to inflict wounds to Cameron's lower body. Cameron was later found on his bed with wounds to his body. An investigation was undertaken, which resulted in Rose being arrested on suspicion of murder. He was charged upon completion of the investigation. Fixed surgery problem at St. Anne's Bay Hospital, Guy urges. Dr. Maurice Guy, opposition spokesperson on health and wellness, is calling for the Health and Wellness Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton, and the Northeast Regional Health Authority to immediately address the absence of surgeons at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital. Dr. Guy, in a statement on the matter, said surgeries are being diverted to smaller hospitals in the region, as all surgeons at St. Anne's Bay are either on leave or not in a position to provide 24-hour care. He said regional and Type B hospitals should not be sending cases to Type C facilities due to a lack of medical staff. Dr. Guy is urging Dr. Tufton to immediately respond to the problem before the situation worsens for the patients, communities in the region, or victims of traffic collisions, which frequently occur in that area. He contends that the situation has serious implications for critical patients who are being transported from St. Anne's Bay to Onoto Bay for surgery. Account holders are encouraged to take note of unclaimed balance advisories. Persons are encouraged to take note of the Ministry of Finance under the Public Services publication of unclaimed account balances. Unclaimed balances are monies that have remained in the possession or under the control of a banking institution for 15 years or more. This means funds in the bank account of persons who have not conducted any transactions utilizing these over the 15 or more stipulated years. Economic analyst in the Ministry's Financial Regulation Division, Nadine Price, informs that under Section 126 of the Banking Services Act, unclaimed balances must be published in the Gazette and in a daily newspaper circulated in Jamaica 2 times per year. The unclaimed balances information can also be accessed on the website of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, she further indicated. Persons seeing their names and account details published have up to 1 year from the date of the initial publication to retrieve their money at their banking institution. Failing this, the funds will become part of Jamaica's revenue and be remitted to the Accountant General. Thereafter, persons have up to 15 years to retrieve their unclaimed balances once they can establish proof of ownership to the Accountant General's satisfaction. Under the Banking Services Act, the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service is only responsible for publishing unclaimed balances in the newspaper and the Gazette. It is up to the banking institutions to determine when to classify an account as dormant, price informed. Queries regarding balances must be made to the relevant banking institutions or the Accountant General's Department where the funds are recoverable. Sister of 17-year-old burn victim urges hospital to make medical report ready for teen to travel overseas for treatment. 17-year-old Alicia King was doused with flammable liquid and set ablaze on Thursday, allegedly by her ex-boyfriend in Linstead, St. Catherine, as received her passport to go overseas for treatment. The teen was in critical condition at the University Hospital of the West Indies, received her passport in less than 2 hours after applying for it on Friday, and now awaits the release of a medical certificate by doctors at the hospital. It is understood that the medical certificate is crucial to her getting medical attention in good timing in the United States of America. However, the family was allegedly told by medical staff that the certificate would not be ready until Monday. For the family, not being able to get the certificate is very unfortunate and could work against Alicia's best chances of getting fast and advanced treatment. Alicia's sister, Samantha, urged the hospital on Friday to move their hands faster to get her sibling the best care available to her at this time. I told them that it was urgent, and they say I can't get it until Monday morning because 48 hours is a good time to fire out for the best treatment, Samantha claimed. We got our passport in less than 2 hours today and we went to the hospital to get the report, and I don't know why they're holding back, she said during a press conference at the head offices of San Myrna Paper Products Limited. The San Myrna Foundation is trying to help the family raise funds to get Alicia overseas. Samantha thanked the foundation for providing support and to the Passport Immigration and the Citizenship Agency PICA for responding to her sister's needs so quickly. I say a big thanks to PICA and the San Myrna Foundation. I just want everything to work out. My sister is unrecognizable. I was told that 60% of her body is burned and that she could lose both arms. Her skin is completely torn off and they are saying she's going to need plastic surgery. She's heavily sedated right now because of the pain she's going through. Her lungs were damaged, so she has pipes going down her throat. She has to be covered because they don't want her to get any infection. Thank God for San Myrna, who has been trying to seek better help for her, Samantha said. On Thursday about 6 o'clock in the morning, somebody called me and asked me if me or some little sister get burned up from about after 3. Her ex-boyfriend come and throw gas on her lighter while she was sleeping. Them rush her to the Linstead hospital, and Linstead couldn't facilitate her, so they had to move her to UE intensive care unit. My sister is very brilliant. From I know her, she has never been in trouble at school. She's an A and B student. She's a prefect and she's a good student. She's a bookworm. She's always in the books. The last thing she posted before she got burned was that she wanted God to help her to get her Caribbean secondary examination certificate subjects. That was the last thing she posted before she fell asleep, Samantha said. The San Myrna Foundation has been leading the charge to help the teen get medical help overseas. In sports news, silver and bronze in 4x1 for Jamaica. Jamaica's men's 4x100 meter relay team won bronze in the final of the event at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary on Saturday, the country's first World Championships medal since 2015. The quartet of Akeem Blake, Oblique Seville, Ryan Ford and Ron Watson ran a time of 37.76 for the bronze. The United States won the gold in a world-leading time of 37.38 seconds, while Italy took home the silver in a season's best of 37.62. Meanwhile, the quartet of Natasha Williams, Shalyn Fraser-Price, Sasha Lee Forbes and Sharika Jackson ran a season's best time of 41.21 seconds for silver. The United States defended their title in a championship record of 41.03 seconds, while Great Britain and Northern Ireland took home the bronze in a season's best of 41.97. Daniel Thomas Dodd had to settle for a 5th place finish in the final of the women's shot put. Thomas Dodd, who won silver at the Doha World Athletics Championships in 2019, registered a third-round mark of 19.59 meters for 5th. The men's and women's 4x400 meter relay teams have moved on to Sunday's final. A blistering opening leg from Roisin McDonald helped to set up a comfortable victory for Jamaica. The team, which also included Javon Powell, Zandrian Barnes, and DeAndre Anderson, finished in a season's best time of 2 minutes 59.82 to secure the win, ahead of the fast-finishing French team, who also clocked a season's best 3 minutes and 5 seconds. The women's team eased into the final of the event following a world-leading winning time of 3 minutes 22.74 in Heat 1. The quartet of Charioki Young, Nikisha Price, Cheyenne Salmon, and Stacey Williams led all the way to the finish line, finishing ahead of Canada, second in 3 minutes 23.29. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.